It is like Christmas around here, so this should be the Linkin Park Funko Pop album number 4. But I don't know where my little flat knife is. We're gonna get this guy open. Let me find this real quick. You gotta be kidding me. You know, I do that all the time. I tend to like forget my keys and where I placed them. I tend to forget where I placed my wallet, and now I'm going to forget when this thing falls off the table and kind of under the chair, not to look under the chair. But if you're still here, how about do me a favor real quick and go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and make sure you like turn on that bell, even though none of us really know what exactly that bell is for. This should be the Linkin Park Funko Pop album. Now this is number 4 out of the group. I've already done like 1 through 3, so I'll put a link to the biggie one right up here, which is the most popular, and then just follow those in order. I also just recently did number 6, which is pretty cool, but I don't understand how it came in before the number 4 or the number 5, so I'm a little confused on like what happened there. But 4 was not far behind 6. I'm just still confused on why we haven't seen the number 5, and this thing is pretty badass. Now I'm going to be honest. Let's make sure they didn't throw a sticker in there real quick, because every once in a while Funko like throws you a sticker in there, and I didn't get one. All right, so I'm going to be honest. This is probably going to be my number 2 album. I mean, they made him a lot like the rest of them. Let's take a closer look at him. Now this album is pretty badass. It's going to be right up there with my Biggie album. Now, I wish that they did the top just like they're doing the bottom with this folding flap down here, so that way that the top up here is not going to separate, because what's going to happen over time is this is going to separate. Now I know that recently they just did this whole thing where you can buy these protectors on eBay. I still have just not had the chance to go check those out, guys, so when I get the time I will definitely go check this out. This is going to be number 4, Hybrid Theory. Now if you were born in the 90s or somewhere around the 90s and you remember the 90s music, this would have been a very iconic band to you. I actually seen these guys live when they had just came out. They had probably really only hit the scene a couple of months, maybe less than a year, when I went and seen these guys in concert. And at the time I think they were still trying to develop who they were as the stage presence and things to that effect. You can see up top that they're still putting those holes in there so that you can hang these guys easier on the wall. Now I don't know exactly what would hang in there, whether you would just kind of like mount 2 screws and just kind of hang it in there that way, or exactly how you would get that hung in there. But we are still going to have the problems with this right here separating from this hard pack, because this hard pack doesn't have plastic over it. This should be a plastic film that goes around it to make sure that the cardboard doesn't start separating from this case. But so far the cardboard has been separating from the case. I mean, look, I have to be honest with y'all on that, and that's where I have been with these albums and how they are going down. But these things are still really some of my favorite pops that they come out with in 2020. Now I know a lot of times that everyone talks about these guys sometimes are not exactly like in the place, and there's no way of getting this thing open without breaking this case. So if you get one and he's loose and you're not happy with the fact that he's loose, you're probably going to want to just send that back, because you're going to break this case trying to get these guys open. They did not make there any kind of ease to getting this guy out without breaking this case. And I'm just going to assume that when he's falling loose that somebody over tightened that screw on the back, and that's what happened. They over tightened it, just stripped it out, and then the little guy came loose and packing. That's what I'm going to try and believe what happened, and that's what I'm gonna say is what happened. Like I said a minute ago, I am going to throw a link though up here somewhere, so make sure that you go check out that Biggie album. He's number 1 out of the group, and then we have 2, 3, and now number 4. Now I have every one of these guys pre-ordered all the way up to, I want to say, number 8, with the exception number 9, with the exception of Lil Wayne, because the only place so far I'm able to find Lil Wayne is on Big Apple Collectibles, and I still have Big Apple Collectibles on my no-fly zone, so I'm still waiting for him to come out somewhere else, whether it's Big Apple Collectibles or wherever he's going to be a shared label with. I mean, I don't think that they have like real shared labels with these guys yet. I don't think they have like exclusive albums. I think that in the future we're going to see like, well, they do have some exclusive albums. The AC/DC was exclusive to Walmart, so I have to take that back like right away. I think in the future though, we're going to see like a lot more of these guys becoming exclusive to places, maybe even like some exclusive to the artist. I mean, because a lot of artists now have their own websites they're running. They might not be running it, but their management team is, so maybe even in the future we're going to see some of them like this. These are still though some of my favorite ones. I mean, I can't deny that this is still one of my favorite like series that they come out with in 2020. Now they're also coming out with something in this year that's going to be the Pop Comics right here, and I don't know if they really like tagged down what the name of these guys are yet, but they had the Superman one that's going to be number 1, first appearance, Superman. That video I'm not going to throw up here somewhere, but if you want to go check that out, I've made a video on that. Guys, before we get out of here, don't forget, subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, and become part of the Wayneko crew. There is no Wayneko crew without you, and I truly appreciate you watching. Until next time, have a good one.